Talk 123, and today we're talking about methods of strategic analysis in business. Strategic analysis, ladies and gentlemen, is a fundamental tool if you are to succeed in business, because without strategic analysis, your ability to continue business or undergo business continuity and make money and be able to plant foundation for the future beyond the first 5 years is impossible. Most businesses collapse within the first 3 to 5 years. Most businesses who do not rejuvenate as a result of analysis by the 5th year do not make it past the 5th year. That is a fact of life. Once again, welcome to BizTalk 123. We've just gone 2 minutes to 5 o'clock Singapore local time. I come to you live from the city of Singapore, also Malayan City. Has everybody heard of Malayan City? Yes or no? Has anybody seen the famous Singapore Malayan? Wonderful. Well, we've got 2 Singapore Malayans now. We've got a big one and we've got a baby one. So I'm not sure which one is more fierce, but they both blow water. That's the good part. Okay, today is election day in Singapore. It's the 5th of May and the whole country is voting, but I'm here because I love delivering this talk. Okay, anybody want to wave to me? Can everybody wave to me, please? Everybody wave to me? Great. All right, let me remind you all that in order for you to get a certificate, your video camera must be active. You cannot just show me a photo, ASIM. A photo will not get you a certificate. If you want a certificate, I must see your video, you must wave your hand, and you must answer my questions. Otherwise, you will not get a certificate. Certificates are for people who attend and participate, not for people who put their poster there and go and do something else. I'm making it clear to you. In order for you to get a certificate, your camera must be switched on every single minute of the session. If you need to switch off your camera, you need to actually send me a message saying that you're at work, and that's the only acceptable excuse that you're at work. And even if you're at work, when I call on you, you must wave your hand or talk to me, otherwise I'll treat you as absent. I hope I've made the rules clear because I don't want to interrupt myself halfway through the session. Okay, great. All right. Miss Anu is all ready for us today. Okay, great, excellent. We've got some really regular faces here, Anu. Can you see these faces? Oh my God, they're regular. So good to see you guys. Hello, Asim. Hello, Leonora. Hi, Marcella. My God, even Anu can recognize some of you. Where are all the guys, Anu? All I see is girls. Where are all the guys? Where are we? Hello, Ricardo, you're back. Good to see you, Ricardo. Okay, who else is back? Hello, Manolin. Hello, Sherwin. Good to see you, Sherwin. I thought I missed you, Sherwin. Good to see you, mate. Hello, Elman. Nice to see you, Elman. Elman, are the books behind you a real library or is that just a picture? Okay, good on you, mate. Okay, who else have we got here? Hello, Vinod. Nice to see you, Mr. Vinod there. Good to see you back, mate. Nice to see you studying and focusing on your future, Vinay. Hello, Joey. Oh my God, look who's back. Hi, Olivia. Hello, Irene. Hello, Marie. Angelita, welcome back. Francisco, I need to see your real face, not your video and your leather jacket. Good on you, Francisco. Okay, all right, let's keep going. Who else is here today? All right, for all of those who have switched off their camera, remember, no certificate. Okay, because I have no excuse from you or apology, so no certificate. All right, Adus, nice to see you. Okay, great, excellent. Well, it's just gone on, we're just going up to 5 o'clock. It's 2 minutes past 5. We'll just wait 1 more minute for others to join. We have about 8 people joining us every single minute. We'll just wait 2 minutes and that should bring in about another 20 people. So let's just give them 2 minutes to join us. Does anybody want to say hello to me? Anybody want to talk to Wally? Come on, wave your hands if you want to say hello to Wally. Come on, poor Prof. Wally comes here every week. It's about time he said hello. Hello, Isa. How about you unmute your microphone, Isa? Ezra? Hi, Ezra. Where are you from? Hello, Ezra.
Hello,
Hi.
sir. Hi.
Where are you from?
I'm from Philippines, but I'm currently now in Singapore.
Right. What are you doing in Singapore? You're working?
Yeah, I'm working, sir.
All right. And I bet you're looking for a better job, right?
Yeah.
All right. And hopefully you're going to get one after you finish studying with us at Kingston. It's my pleasure to have you here, Ezra. If you have any questions, just wave your hand. Look forward to seeing you soon. All right, great. Anybody else want to say hello to Wally? Come on, no one wants to talk to Wally. Hey, Anu, no one wants to talk to me today. Why? Anybody want to say hello to Anu? Put your hand up. Oh, God, everybody. Here you go. Leonora wants to say hello, Anu. Hello, Leonora. Anu says hello. Okay, good on you, Leonora. Okay, let's talk. Okay, Abdus wants to say hello. Wave to Abdus, Anu. Abdus is waving to you. Good on you, mate. All right, let's talk to Mela. Hi, Mela. Where are you from, Mela? Open your microphone, gorgeous. Where are you from?
Hi, Sir Wally. Good afternoon. I'm from the Philippines.
Where are you now?
I'm currently working in Thailand, Bangkok, Thailand.
All right. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
I
Excellent.
cannot send you a message, so I just raised my hand to inform you that I'm currently at work right now.
Okay.
So would you
That's
mind
okay.
if I turn off my camera?
Providing you're at work, if you need to switch off your camera, do so. But if I call on you, make sure you wave your hand or switch on your camera. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you so much. Noted.
Thank you.
Okay. Please keep your camera on for attendance, Malaya. Malaya, wait for the attendance to be recorded. Okay? Even if you're at work, you must record your attendance. Wait till Miss Anu records attendance in about 5 minutes. Okay, great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's got 8 minutes after the hour, and Wally is ready. This is BizTalk 123. Does anybody know what strategic analysis is? Who can tell me, what is strategic analysis? Can anybody tell me? Put up your hand if you think you know what strategic analysis is. Miss Anu, can you record attendance, please? Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure your cameras are on for the next 5 to 10 minutes. Miss Anu needs to record attendance. And we have a lot of students, so please be patient. All right, who can tell me, what is strategic analysis? Okay, Ricardo, you want to have a go? Hi, Ricardo. What do you think strategic analysis is, buddy?
Hello, Sir Wally. Good afternoon.
Hi.
Nice to see you back again, sir.
It's my pleasure. What is strategic analysis?
For me, strategic analysis is having a strategic plan and ideas wherein the output of that is true analysis and numbers. Because numbers don't lie.
Well, that's 60% correct, Ricardo, but there is more to analysis, but you're on the right track. Numbers don't lie unless the numbers are manipulated. If the numbers are not manipulated, they don't lie. Would you agree with me?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
A fallacy says that numbers don't lie, but when your people in finance play with the numbers to make the boss happy, then you can't rely on numbers. Would that be true?
Possibly, sir, but there is an audit, right? So I don't think they will compromise their name on it.
Well, let me tell you, Ricardo, let me tell you, it has been done. So what I'm here to do is, as a lecturer, warn you of all the possibilities. So never say that numbers cannot be disputed. What you should say is that audited numbers, audited and checked numbers cannot be disputed. Be very careful how you say that. All right, mate? I'm a lecturer,
yes, sir,
Ricardo.
Yes, sir.
I have to teach you the correct way. Okay, good on you, mate.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, anybody else? Anybody else want to give their idea on this? Yeah, Elmon, what's your idea on strategic analysis?
Hey, Mr. Wally. Okay.
Hi.
I think one of the you're referring to the two common things, which was a SPUT analysis and PESTEL analysis, correct?
Well,
Uh,
there's more than two, but yeah, we're
yeah,
talking about those
there's
in
more than
general. Go
two, but
ahead.
the most basic thing that I know, it's
Yeah.
basically a compilation between a threats, opportunities, weaknesses, and if I'm not confused, yeah, those are the four major things that I know of in SWOT analysis. And
Okay.
then of a major, let's say for example a major company or a business, it should compile all those things, or what's in what's the threats, what's the strengths, what's the opportunities, and weaknesses of that particular business, if I'm not
Very good.
mistaken.
You're on the right track, Elmon. Elmon was correct. The two basic elements of strategic analysis are SWOT analysis and PESTLE analysis. And he was correct about SWOT. However, PESTLE goes into a lot more detail. And over the next 2 or 3 BIS talks, Elmon, will not only cover SWOT, PESTLE, but also 2 or 3 of the other much more detailed and much more forensic types of analysis. Okay, thanks, Elmon. You're on the right track. All right, let me hear from a sweet young lady now. Where are you? Ezra, can you tell me what does strategic analysis mean to you, gorgeous? Go ahead. Hi.
For me,
Yeah, go on, Ezra.
okay, sir. For me, sir, my understanding is throughout by conducting regular analysis, business can make more informed decisions, improve their performance, and gain a competitive advantage in the marketplace, sir.
Very good. You're on the right track, Ezra. Thank you so much. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you're all on the right track. Let me start by warning you of a fallacy. Never make a statement as an educated person that numbers don't lie. Never say never, because that's not true. There is no such thing as never. Business today has seen more cases where numbers that were relied on were incorrect rather than correct. So what we should say is that numbers can be relied on provided they've been checked, double-checked, and audited. You could say that audited numbers can't lie. But to say that numbers are black and white, please trust me, that is an academic fallacy. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay. To say, I believe my finance department is the biggest mistake you can make. To say, I trust the manager who checked the numbers is one of the worst mistakes you can make. As a business owner or somebody trying to run a business, the only person you trust is yourself. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? All right. So let's talk about strategic analysis. And what are the basic elements of strategic analysis? Academically and theoretically, the first stage of strategic analysis is what Mr. Elmon told you about, the SWOT analysis. All right? Okay. Today, we're going to deal with the first level. At the next BIS talk, we'll deal with a more complicated level called PESTLE. And for the following BIS talk, we'll deal with 2 of the others, which are more strategic. So strategic analysis cannot be covered in 2 hours because of the depth, but we will cover it over 2 BIS talks. Okay, guys? Yes or no? Okay, so let's talk about what is SWOT. What is it? Is it a boxing bag? No. What does it stand for? It stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Everybody write that down. Strength, opportunity, weakness, and threat. We're talking about the strengths of your business, the weaknesses of your businesses, the threats that your businesses face from competition, and the opportunities you're provided by your opposition or competitors' failures or shortfalls. So whatever weaknesses your competitors have are opportunities for you. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Ricardo, you understand that, Ricardo? Okay, stay with me, Ricardo. All right, so let's look at what is SWOT analysis. Just give me a minute, guys. Let me get my slideshow started for today, and we'll get on with it. Okay, so what is SWOT analysis? Well, ladies and gentlemen, SWOT analysis is, at first instance, a very simple formula. But in reality, it's not that simple. In reality, SWOT requires much more attention to detail than the average eye paces. So let's talk about it. Just one moment, please. Give me a minute, will you? Hold on, guys. My system has failed me. Hold on. Can everybody see my screen? Okay, hold on, guys. Let me share my screen. All right, can everybody see my screen? Yes or no? All right, hold on, guys. I need to fix this. Just give me a minute. All right, so just let me get this working. Just one moment, will you? Okay, it's not working for me. So let's try something else. Hold on. Just one moment, guys. Okay, here we go. All right, so what is SWOT analysis? Can everybody see my slide? Can you put up your hand if you can see my slide? Can everybody see my slide? Yes or no? Okay, good. So what is SWOT analysis? Well, SWOT analysis, ladies and gentlemen, is a very simple principle. It talks about strengths, opportunities, weaknesses, and threats. Let me just take you to this slide and let's go from here. So first we have SWOT, and then we talk about opportunities, threats, and weaknesses. So the technique of SWOT is credited to Stanford University back in the 1960s and 70s, when some of their professors in strategic business came up with SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is basically a planning tool used to understand the strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities and threats involved in a project or business that you are starting. It is used as a framework for organizing your business and being able to direct or strategically focus your business for survival. SWOT is a simple procedure that enables you as a business owner and some of your staff to look at everyday problems and actually use those to actually look in to your business and how your business continues. So basically, SWOT is a process by which you can analyze the business and how the business is doing. All right, so can we say that SWOT helps us? Of course it helps us. Is SWOT a tool that can help us see where we're going wrong? Absolutely it can. That's what SWOT is made for. Does everybody understand so far what I mean by SWOT? Yes or no? Excellent. Let me go back. Just give me a minute, will you guys? Hold on, guys. I need to fix this. Just give me a minute, would you? Give me a minute. Give me a minute, would you? Sorry, guys, I need to fix this. Something's gone wrong here. Hold on. Okay, sorry, guys, I need to bring up the standby presentation. Just give me a minute, will you? All right, we'll do this one by one. It's okay. All right, let me just get this up. Here we go. Okay, can everybody see my screen? Everybody see it? Okay, here we go. All right, so we already looked at what is SWOT analysis, right? We already looked at what is SWOT analysis, and we know that SWOT analysis talks about strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Okay, so what is SWOT analysis? Let me show you this. SWOT analysis, guys, looks at strengths. What are strengths? Strengths are the characteristic of the business or a team that give it an advantage. So they are the characteristics that make your business more powerful than your competitors. Okay, so these positive strengths can be tangible or intangible. And anything that's positive can mean that you're very good at the product you sell or the service you sell, that the product you sell is better than your competitors. All right. And examples of this are you have a product which is sold at a good profit margin. The sales are continuously stable. Okay, so you are able to manage economies of scale on that product and make sure that that product is profitable or that service is profitable. That would be a strength. Okay, that would be a strength. So if we go to what are strengths? Strengths are positive points about your product or service. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Everybody understand that? Strengths. Okay, let's go on. Okay, guys, let me go on. Okay, so when we talk about SWOT analysis, we talk about SWOT analysis from a perspective, and what we talk about is why do we need SWOT analysis? Why do we need SWOT analysis? Well, SWOT analysis is really important to us because we want our business to survive over a long period of time. So if we want our business to survive over a long period of time, we need to understand what is going to make our business survive. And that means understanding the opportunities that we face. And those opportunities are things that we can get better at, okay? So if I talk about opportunities, I'm sorry, guys, you have to bear with me for a minute. This presentation is causing me an issue. Just hold on. Just give me a minute, would you? Okay. All right, just bear with me. All right, so can everybody see my slide now? Yes or no? Okay, so the next point we're going to talk about is threats. And what are the threats? Well, threats, guys, are very simple. Okay, threats are dangers. But before we get to threats, let's look at the next part of the actual SWOT process. The next part is what we call weaknesses. What are weaknesses? Weaknesses are things that you are not doing well that you could do better. Weaknesses are things that might influence the performance of your organization. Okay? They distract you from doing your job or producing a level of business that you want. Weaknesses are factors which probably stop you from being able to sell a product which is better than your competitor's product. They are probably that your costs are too high and you're unable to sell the product at the right price. All of these things are weaknesses. Example, you don't have research and development. For example, you have to actually charge more because you don't have enough logistics vendors to deliver in many countries around the world. All of these things are weaknesses. Now, weaknesses are a danger because if you continue to operate your business with weaknesses, then what will happen is eventually you'll lose to your competitors. All right, so when we talk about weaknesses, most businesses fail in the first 3 to 5 years because they are unable to deal with their weaknesses. All right, so let's go on. So the next one is what we talk about as threats, okay? Threats. So what do we mean by threats? Let me just show you. Just hold on, guys. Strengths, weaknesses. Hold on, guys. Opportunities and threats. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the next one we're going to look at is what we call opportunities, okay? Opportunities. Okay, so opportunities are basically things, chances that you have to make your product, service, or organization better. It's a gap in the way you do business, which can allow you to offer a better service or product and to allow you to fill opportunities which the market opens for you. For example, if they want a fan with a faster motor, that is an opportunity for you. If you run a restaurant and they want pork adobo with pork liver, that's an opportunity for you. If you run a factory and your factory has high demand and there is other people that want to buy your product on the condition that you're able to meet delivery, that means it's an opportunity for you to actually expand your factory and increase your production capability. These are opportunities. Does everybody understand what I mean by opportunities? Yes or no? Can you wave your hands? Does everybody understand what I mean by opportunities? Yes or no? All right. So can anybody give me an example of an opportunity in the food business? Who can give me one example? An opportunity in the food business. Who can give me one example? Anyone? Come on. Elmon, what's one opportunity in the food business? Go ahead, Elmon. Say you ran the food business. What would be an opportunity that you could improve?
One basic thing, mostly in the food industry, it could be it needs to be present. But then again, I could go digital, additional deliveries on our own branch without relying to third parties on delivering, such as Food Panda, most commonly known at the moment in Asia.
Yeah.
I could.
Okay, so you're saying by using more delivery mechanisms, that could be an opportunity for you to bring in more customers. Is that right?
Yes, because it's much more reliable without relying on third parties. But then again, it also relies on the consistency of the workers there, since they specialize on delivery rather than my
Right.
own.
Yeah, good, excellent. So can you tell me, based on that, can you tell me, do you think that opportunities are a good thing for business?
Yes, most definitely.
All right. And would you agree with me that if a business doesn't analyze or do strategic analysis and identify opportunities, the business will fail to survive long term? Would you agree with that?
Yes, yes,
All right. Let me give you an example of a business that failed to survive long term. Does anybody know Motorola? Anybody know Motorola?
yes.
Motorola used to make phones.
I use my phone as a Motorola actually.
You still have one. Okay,
Yeah.
good. You're a lucky consumer that is loyal to them. I gave up Motorola about 21 years ago when they failed to deliver. All right, so Motorola is a phone that in most countries was known as the creme de la crop of phones when they first started. Motorola makes aircraft communication systems and makes satellite systems. Motorola is known for communication, ship communication, aircraft communication. But when they went into mobile phones, Motorola made a mistake because they did not want to listen to what their customer told them. The customer was trying to tell them that they want more from their Motorola phone. Motorola failed to listen. Motorola thought that they had a product which was making money for them. By the time Motorola learnt from its mistakes, it was too late. Nokia was around. Huawei was around. Samsung was around. BlackBerry was around. Motorola withdrew from the mobile market in most parts of the world because Motorola failed to recognize and take action on the opportunities which their people were telling them about. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Okay, good. Let me go back to my PowerPoint. I'm really sorry about this. I'm not sure what's happening today, but we'll get this fixed, okay? All right, so the next thing that we're going to talk about is threats, okay? So let me talk about threats. What are threats? Okay, let's talk about threats. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about threats. Okay, no, all right. Why is it doing this? I'm really, really sorry. It's really annoying the hell out of me. No. All right, here we go. All right. Okay, let's talk about threats. Okay, what are threats? What are threats? Threats, guys, are external factors like your competitors, like people that are about to bring new products in that will compete with you, your competitors, the people on the market, or new players that are going to come in to your market arena. Now, you might say these are the only threats. They're not. There's also legal threats that the government might ban the sale of your product in a particular part of the world. There's other threats like tariffs. There's other threats like duties. There's other threats like a shortage of raw materials. All of these are threats. But the most common threat to business every day is simply the fact that there is something out there that will be detrimental to your business. It could be your competitor. It could be a new player coming into your business market. Entry of a foreign competitor. For example, another McDonald's that sells adobo that's going to sell adobo much cheaper than your adobo in the Philippines. It could be the fact that customers no longer want to buy an Android phone. They all want iOS. They want Apple. So a threat could be the product, it could be the price, it could be consumer demand or consumer psychology. So when we talk about threats, everybody knows that post-COVID-19, people could still shop online. So if during COVID-19, if you do not have an online platform, or you couldn't actually sell products online, your business obviously went out of business due to the lockdown. And thousands of businesses, nearly 100,000 businesses in Central Asia and Southeast Asia alone folded because of that. After COVID finished, there was still a threat that if you did not maintain your online business, all the customers you inherited during COVID were going to run away. That was a threat. If you increased your prices after COVID, there was a threat that the people that you got during COVID would run away. All of these are threats. Does everybody understand what I mean by a threat? Yes or no? So we've looked at strengths, we've looked at weaknesses, we've looked at opportunities, and we've looked at threats. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Okay, I'm going to give you all 2 minutes. I want you to think of a business in your country, and I want you to write down one strength, one weakness, one opportunity, and one threat. Could everybody do that for me, please? Okay, you've got 2 minutes. Go ahead. Okay, hurry up, guys. Hurry up, guys. Thank you. Has everybody done it? Has everybody done it? Yes or no? Put your hands up. All done? Come on, put your hand up. Good, excellent. Okay, who can give me one? Let's start with who have we got? Jacqueline. Hi, Jacqueline Lumbo. Give me one. Food business. What is it? You're talking about the food business or which business? Go ahead, Jacqueline. Hi, Jacqueline. I open a business, buy rice and corn. Yeah, go ahead, Jacqueline. Give me one strength, one weakness, one opportunity, and one threat. What sort of business are you talking about?
I think of food business.
All right. So what would be a strength for a food business?
Okay. For food business, I think everybody loves foods. So for here in Middle East, most of the people, they are really they love to eat, especially sweets and coffees, like that. I think.
Okay. All right. Annalyn noted your message. Okay. So that is a strength because they serve food that people want to buy, food that's sweet. Okay. Very good. Guys, I'm seeing your messages in the box. Good on you, Josephine. That's correct. All right. That's good. Who can give me a weakness of the food business? What is a weakness in the food business? Anyone? Can anybody give me a weakness? Yeah, go ahead, Ricardo. What's a weakness in the food business? Go ahead, Ricardo. Quickly, Ricardo.
Yes. Sir Wally, I'm seeing some weaknesses in the food business, like the spoilage or the loss of resources, and as well as the manpower.
All right, so let's talk about that. Spoilage means wastage. It means increased food costs, less profit. That is a weakness. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right. If you actually cause a customer food poisoning and he goes to social media, that is going to cause you a loss of profit. due to unhygienic practices. That would be a weakness. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, you're definitely right, sir.
All right. So who could give me an opportunity in the food business? Anyone? I know with Anu's son and my daughter that like junk food, the opportunity for the actual fast food chain is that her son and my daughter will be loyal customers until they're 18 and married and left home. Right, Anu? Would you agree with me, Anu? And who has to pay? Poor mummy and poor daddy, whether it's Anu, her husband, or me or my wife, have to pay. But at the end of the day, who's that an opportunity for? It's the opportunity for McDonald's, KFC, or Pizza Hut, right or wrong? For my daughter, it's McDonald's. For Anu, I don't know, KFC or Pizza Hut, right, Anu? Okay, all right. So every time her son says, Mummy, we go out for food, Mummy doesn't have a choice. Her son says, Mummy, Pizza Hut, nothing. Mommy has to eat Pizza Hut. Daddy has to eat Pizza Hut. Today, her son says, Mama, chicken. So Mummy says, oh, we go to a nice Indian restaurant and eat butter chicken. And what does her son say? No, 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 Mummy. We go to KFC and eat fried chicken. Is that right, Mummy? Okay, so that's an opportunity for who? That is an opportunity for KFC, not for her. Would you agree with me, guys? Yes or no? So for somebody like KFC, McDonald's, or Pizza Hut, their opportunity is to catch kids and get them to be loyal customers. They are big opportunities, all right? That is an opportunity for a fast food chain. Now, what is the threat in the fast food chain? I'll tell you what the threat is. Tomorrow, KFC open another chicken shop in Dubai, which is bigger than KFC. The pieces are bigger. And every time Anu's son goes there, they give him a toy. What will happen? Mommy, I don't want to go to KFC anymore. I want to go next door because they also give me a box of Lego cubes to play with. Yes, Mummy, it's 2 dirhams more expensive, but I like their chicken better. What just happened? The threat came from the competitor next door because they decided to capture the kids' market by offering a toy with every meal. Do you all understand what I mean by the simplicity of a threat to a food business? Yes or no? Yeah? You better not tell my daughter or Anu's son because they'll be looking for the chicken shop with the toy, all right? Okay, so we better not tell them. All right, so let's go on with today's lesson. Here we go. Okay, here we go. So we talked about strengths, we talked about weaknesses, we talked about opportunities, and we talked about threats, right? So let's talk about the next thing. So what we talk about, the aim of SWOT analysis. Why do we use SWOT analysis? SWOT analysis is used to help decision makers share the information with their people, their company, and it's also there to help them improve. What is helpful? The strengths, the opportunities are helpful. What is harmful? The weaknesses and the threats. So what is the most valuable information that you as a business could gather? Of course, it'll be the weaknesses and threats. Because if you don't deal with the weaknesses and threats, if you don't deal with these two, then what's going to happen? Your business in the long term will fail. All right, so when we talk about strategic analysis, it's not only to hear about the good things like strengths. All right, we don't only want to hear about strengths. We don't only want to hear about opportunities. All right, we don't only want to hear about opportunities. We also want to focus on what the weaknesses are and what the threats are. Because if we don't focus on these in the long term, what will happen? If we don't focus on these in the long term, the business will fail. Does everybody understand what I mean by that? The business will fail. These two here help us to actually change the direction of our business. Yes, they are harmful, but they are fundamental to the operation of the business. Without them, the business if we don't improve these two harmful factors, the business will fail. All right, so who needs SWOT analysis? Who needs it? Business units, okay? The management of the company needs it when it decides about what changes it want to make to improve the business. It needs it to decide about plans for the new financial year. It needs it to decide how many people they need to keep in the company, because SWOT analysis will tell them what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are. It'll tell them if their weakness is slow service, slow delivery, they need more people. The opportunities will tell them that there is a new market, they need more people. The business unit, it's really important for the business unit to know what its weaknesses are. Why can't they meet sales targets? Okay, is it because of poor customer service? Or is it because the team leader is not managing his team correctly? All of these things can be identified when you identify your weaknesses. Last but not least, if your revenue is falling down, then you need to do SWOT analysis to find out what's causing your revenue to fall. Also, you need to look at the market condition. Do you have a competitor now? Is your competitor launching direct attack on your business? And if so, what are you doing about that competitor? So let's look at this from a more strategic element. So who needs SWOT analysis? SWOT analysis is required during the launch of a business, before you launch a new product. It's required on a regular basis for most businesses every 3 months to analyze your competitors. You need it for annual and strategic planning before you plan for the next year. And you need it also on a regular basis, like every 3 months, to measure how well the service you're providing your customers is. Now, what will SWOT analysis do for you? It will show you how effective you are in the market. It will help you make better decisions to improve your market focus and improve profitability. And it will also let you decide on how to bring a better product to your brand. But most importantly, it will allow you to get your team to start asking important questions about how they want to improve the business. And they do this through what? They do this through brainstorming. Yes, they use a technique by looking and asking themselves questions, which we call brainstorming. Sorry, guys, why did I change that? Okay. All right. So everybody understands that? Yes or no? Okay. All right. So let's look at the next part. How to conduct SWOT analysis. It's very easy. SWOT analysis, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the easiest ones to conduct. Okay. So the first point is to analyze internal and external environments, to perform SWOT analysis and document it. Okay, so first you have to analyze. You have to start looking at the internal, your own product, your own strengths, and the strengths of your competitors, your own weaknesses, the weaknesses of your competitors in the external. Internal is your own, external is your competitors. You have to start looking at each of them in detail and documenting it. And then, as a result of that, you need to be able to prepare a plan. You need to be able to say that this is what we want to do. All right, so analyze internal, external threats. So let's look at this. Internal analysis, you measure your weaknesses and your strengths. The external analysis is when you measure opportunities and threats brought to your business by your competitor. Does everybody understand what I mean between the difference between internal and external? Yes or no? You sure? I don't think so. A lot of you look like you're asleep. Come on, everybody, look at me. Look at me, everyone. I want you to say it after me. I believe in myself. Everyone, come on. I believe in myself. Good. Say it. I want to be successful. Everyone? Come on, say it. Maria? Okay, good. Excellent. So, internal is our strengths, our weaknesses. External is the opportunities we can catch from our competitors' mistakes. You understand that? Yes or no? Yes or no? Wave your hands. Let me give you the example of the Korean market. Everybody knows that about 10 years ago, Korean beauty salons took the world by storm. Does everybody know that? Yes or no? In every country in the world, including Dubai, there's some of the most expensive beauty salons and hairdressing salons are either Korean or French. Okay? In the Philippines, in Manila, there's like 30 Korean salons, all branded. When the Korean market took off and they started bringing in young, good-looking Korean male hairstylists and opening salons in capital cities all over the world, they also brought a technology with them where a lady like Miss Anu could go to their salon, could actually sit in front of a machine, a computer, take her photo, and the computer would show her 30 different hairstyles depending on what sort of image she's looking for. Young, sexy, mature, adult, punk rock. She could tell the computer would show her pictures. Next thing she would do is she would say, this one. And the computer will then let her see her face with that look. And then it will tell her which stylist in that salon can deliver that look and how much it will cost her. Then she clicks and that stylist will come over and talk to her personally and look after her. Yes, she paid $25 more. But when she went home, her husband said to her, oh, darling, you look so cute and sexy. I need to see you like this all the time. But it only cost her $25 more. She walked away and told her friends. So what happened to the local market? There is now an opportunity that they have to catch up with because they don't have the technology that the Korean salon offered Miss Anu. You all understand that? Yes or no? Yes or no? All right. Now, for me, well, I'm getting old, so I don't need to take advantage of all of that. But my wife does, and my daughter does, because I have to pay the bill every time they go to a Korean salon. And it costs me $400 for the two of them. All right. $350 for my wife and $50 for my daughter. Where if they went to a normal place, it's only $100. All right. But this is opportunity to a market, and customers dictate the market. Because when a customer sees something new, they jump to that opportunity. Would you agree with me or not? Yes or no? I promise you, if Anu discovers a new Japanese fashion store in Dubai tomorrow, this weekend, her husband will be going to that Japanese fashion store with her. If not, she'll go alone with his credit card. Am I right, Anu? There you go. My wife does the same. We're on the same page. But why did that happen? Because there was an opportunity. And as a consumer, Anu went to take advantage of that opportunity. So if you as a business do not understand the opportunities available for you in the market, are you going to be profitable? No. Do you understand that, everyone? Yes or no? Yes or no? Come on, wave your hands. Yes or no? Very good. Excellent, Mr. Kong C2. Nice to see you, Kong. Okay, all right. So we all understand the difference between internal and external. Am I right or wrong? You all understand that? Yes or no? Hands up. Yes or no? Very good. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so what we saw here is we understand the difference now between internal, internal and external, right? We all understand the difference between internal and external. External, internal. We must understand both, because if we do not understand the external, in due course, our internal will fail. All right, so let's look at this. We all understand strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, okay? Let's look at here. Here we say these are internal factors, okay? And these are external factors. Strengths and weaknesses are internal. Opportunities and threats are external. All right, so what are they? Okay, so what are they? What are the strengths? Okay, so let's look at these in detail. Let me just make it bigger. Just give me a minute, would you? Okay, so they are technological skills, leading brands. So your brand is a leading brand. That's a strength. You have very good distribution channels. That's a strength. Just let me change the color here, guys. I don't like this color. All right. Then you have good distribution channels. Okay, so distribution channels. Okay, and then we have customer loyalty is a strength. We have product quality is a strength, and good management is a strength for the business. What are the weaknesses of the business? Could be absence of important skills. Our brand is not recognized in the market because we don't spend enough on brand identity. We have poor access to distribution because we don't have a large enough network to distribute our product, and we don't have sufficient courier or distribution systems. We have low customer retention because our product quality is not good enough, or our competitors are providing a better quality. We have unreliable product service. Our customer service team is not good enough, or we have a substandard product or substandard management. All right. So, sorry, let me go on. Where are we? Hold on, guys. Okay, so if we go on and we talk about now, we talk about the threats and the opportunities. Let's talk about the external. Let's make the external bigger and look at them. So the external things we have to talk about are, hold on, guys. Okay, changing customer tastes. These are opportunities. So your customers are going elsewhere. Why are they going elsewhere? Because the Koreans sell on with the technology. Changing in government politics changes. The government has changed the laws, and that means that there's opportunities for you to sell better or more powerful product. Changes in the population or demographics of your customers that want a different or better or alternate product or design. The threats, again, changing customer base. Okay, closing of a geographic market due to changes in the law, technological advances, changes in government policies, levies or tax increases, changes in the demographics of your customer, and the fact is that you don't have distribution channels to deliver to all your customers in all the markets that you're going into. So remember, guys, that all of these here, the strengths and the opportunities should be taken as positive. Okay, and here the weaknesses and threats should be taken as negative. Do you all understand that? Yes or no? Strengths, opportunities should be taken as positive. Weaknesses and threats should be taken as negative. Do you all understand that? Yes or no? Okay. Okay, let's go on, guys. All right, so remember, as a business, you need to focus on both. If you focus on the positive only, eventually you'll go out of business. If you focus on both, if you make it your priority to look and understand both. If you make it your priority to understand, just one moment, please. If you make it your priority to analyze and understand both, that is the only way you're going to be able to grow your business past the first 3 years of danger. Let's go on. How to conduct SWOT analysis. Is it hard to conduct SWOT analysis? No, it's not. As I said, you need to start by analyzing internal and external factors. Okay, internal, external environments. You have to do the analysis and document your findings carefully. And then you need to come up with an action plan to put them in place. All right, so let's talk about this. So let's start with number one. Okay, number one. So how do you do number one? The first thing you need to do is you need to establish why you're doing SWOT analysis, right? You need to establish why you're doing it. What is the purpose of SWOT analysis? Number two, you need to actually decide who in your team is going to do the SWOT analysis. Number three, you need to allocate research information and tell the team who to look at, who your competitors are, and give them questions to look for. Give them products to compare with. Number four, you need to actually encourage an atmosphere of conducive and free flow of information in the team that's doing the SWOT analysis. You need them to make a clear list of what the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, being both internal and external elements that they identify. You want to know everything. Okay, then you need to carry out the findings and prioritize the findings and decide at how you're going to actually overcome these weaknesses, the negatives, how you're going to overcome the threats. All right, because the strengths and the opportunities are a positive. The weaknesses and the threats are a negative. And you also have to decide how often you go about doing this again. And most importantly, you have to evaluate all of this against your company's overall objectives. Does your company want to make money? Does your company want to lose money? You need to evaluate it against your company's mission, vision, and objectives. Now, you might say to me, but the hardest part, sir, is how do we establish what the objectives of our SWOT analysis is? Well, the objectives is to find out about your business. And that could be as a result of falling sales. It could be as a result of your products are not moving. That would be the decision why you do a SWOT analysis. All right, so does everybody understand that so far? Okay, so we've covered how to do the SWOT analysis. Let me go on. Okay, so prepare an action plan. Things that must be addressed immediately are part of your action plan. Things that can be handled now must be part of your action plan. Things that should be researched further should be something that you also give priority to. But because if you forget these, then they will become a problem. And you might find out that you need to start developing a new product for the future. All right, so let's go on. All right, so next part we're going to look at is the benefits and pitfalls of SWOT analysis. So what are the benefits and what are the pitfalls? Well, the benefits of SWOT analysis are knowing your competition better, forecasting your future growth based on your competition, and being able to make better decisions to improve your business. So let's look at these in detail. Let's look at it in detail. So knowing your competition. By doing SWOT analysis, you get to look at your company, your product and your service against that of your direct competitors first. Then indirect competitors. So competitors who are direct are people that are targeting the same customers as you head on with the same products or services. Indirect are people that have similar products, but they're not directly targeting you. They're either cheaper or more expensive. Forecasting, it will help you to forecast what you have to do to actually catch up with your competitors. Do you have to reduce your costs, lower your retail price, or can you increase your price without losing customers? You have to understand, as a result of SWOT analysis, what would be the impacts on your company should you lower or up the price of your product? Because the negative of upping the price is losing customers. The positives of lowering your price is you'll gain customers and more sales, but will you be able to maintain a profit margin? All right, so what are the benefits and pitfalls? Behind the broad benefits, here are a few of the more benefits of conducting a SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis will help you make sure that your strategic plan for the ongoing year is met, all right? It will definitely help you in setting objectives for you to keep your business running. It'll provide you a framework of identifying, analyzing where your business stands. What are the positives and what are the negatives? It provides you an impetus. It provides you an impetus to analyze the situation and develop strategies which you can actually implement without losing your business, based on meeting what your competitors are doing. It'll give you a basis for assessing whether your company can survive to the next year or whether it needs to develop more products and services. And more importantly, it'll give you stimulus to actually do something different and improve your business. But if you don't do SWOT analysis and you don't hear about the problems you're having, then eventually your business will die. Does everybody understand what I mean by that so far? Yes or no? All right. You understand it, Leonora? Yes or no, Leonora? You did this, Leonora. I'm worried. Does that mean yes or no? Open your microphone, Leonora.
Yes, sir.
Open your microphone.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand it, Leonora? Yes or no? I can't hear you.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Because
Okay,
it was
you did
mute.
this. All right, I didn't hear it. Okay, all right, fine. Okay, do you understand what I'm talking about, Jacqueline? Jacqueline? Jacqueline Lumbo, do you understand what I just explained, Jacqueline? Are you there, Jacqueline? All right, good, excellent. All right, let's go on. All right, where are we? Richke, do you understand what I just explained, Richke? Richke, do you understand what I explained? Open your microphone, Richke. Hi, Richke. Talk to me, Richke.
Understand.
Are you there?
Yes.
All right, where are you from, Richke? Where are you from, Richke?
I'm from Batam. It's near from Singapore.
Okay,
Yes,
great, excellent. Do you understand why SWOT analysis is important?
Yes, of course.
Good, excellent, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we've looked at the positive things about SWOT analysis. Now let's look at the pitfalls of SWOT analysis. Okay, so it can be subjective because you as a product developer or you as somebody running a restaurant, you could think that your recipe is the best and you could be against changing it or lowering your standards. Remember, SWOT is used as a guide, not as a prescription. Just because you identify your weaknesses and threats, it gives you an opportunity to try to fix them. It doesn't mean you have to change them. It can be that you just have to improve on them. SWOT may cause your organization to view circumstances as very simple due to many certain strategic key factors which may be overlooked. What do we mean by that? So what you say is sometimes if you don't take SWOT seriously and you don't do SWOT thoroughly, you might not have the complete information, which might end up being more harmful. So the pitfall of SWOT is not doing it properly. Okay, categorizing aspects as strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats might be very subjective, but there is a great degree of uncertainty in the market. So you should not be afraid to be honest with yourself about your weaknesses and your threats. Don't try to deny them. SWOT needs to be conducted regularly. All right, I suggest every 3 months. The data used in analysis may be based on assumptions, but you need to make sure you look at those assumptions based on what your competitors are doing. Hold on, guys. Okay, you need to make sure that you cover everything so you don't overlook something that your competitors are doing. All right, so if SWOT is not done based on a structure and you don't actually allow yourself to ask all the questions, then your SWOT analysis will be a waste of time. All right, so when we do SWOT analysis, there's 2 areas you must focus on. Brainstorming. Brainstorming is a must in SWOT analysis. Brainstorming is by asking yourself and your team the following questions. What opportunities exist out there that we can take hold of and use to make more money? What threats is there out there that are stopping us from making more money? Is it our product? Is it our product is too expensive? Is it our product is not good enough? Is there external threats in the environment? Are we at the threat of government changing the law? Are we at the threat of Trump introducing a new excise on our product? Is that a threat? What are we good at? And what is it that we can be better at? Prioritization. At the end of the brainstorming exercise, you need to actually be able to ask yourself, out of all the strengths, which ones are the most important ones? Out of all the weaknesses, which ones are the most critical ones that you need to fix straight away? And you should always limit these to 5 strengths or weaknesses. And each strength should actually focus on a distinctive competency. It could be your service, quality of your product. It could be the pricing of your product. It could be your customer service. It should focus on a particular element. Remember, weaknesses are really important because they could end up debilitating or crippling your business. Also, when you look at the threats and opportunities, try to focus on improving 5 opportunities and fighting a list of threats first, then expand again. Don't try to find 20 threats and fight them at the same time. You'll fail. Keep it to 5 of each. Deal with those. Do the SWOT analysis again after 3 months and then counter the others. All right, so what are tips that you should follow when you do SWOT? You should always be analytical and specific. You should record all the thoughts and ideas. You should be selective in the final evaluation. Don't just evaluate everything. Choose which points or which 5 are critical to you first and resolve them. Choose the right people, people that you can trust to do the SWOT analysis. Don't just give it to people who are just going to say yes to you. Okay? Make sure that you as a leader and the owner of the business, that you are the leader of the SWOT analysis, or bring in an external consultant. You need to be creative and think out of the box. And you need to be prepared to change. All right, so now let's look at the don'ts, some of the things that you shouldn't do. Don't try to disguise the weaknesses. Don't try to say to yourself that's not true. Don't merely write down the weaknesses as a mistake, because they're not. Don't lose sight of external influences and trends, because if you do that, your business will go bankrupt. Allow the SWOT to become a regular exercise, but don't use it to blame people or to say to someone, I'm going to fire you because you caused this. Do not ignore the outcomes at later stages. Please make sure that whatever you find out in your SWOT analysis, you deal with. Because if you ignore it, then your business will fold. Let's look at some tips here. Tip number one, when conducting a SWOT analysis, make sure you put yourself as one of the leaders. Does everybody understand? Yes or no? Hold on, guys. Why am I getting this? Why can't I change my color? Okay, so make sure that conducting a SWOT analysis, you actually put yourself as the business owner as one of the leaders. Introduce the SWOT method to your team, its purpose, and make sure they understand why you're doing it. While doing a SWOT analysis, invite someone to brainstorm with you. Don't think just because you're the owner, you know everything. Talk to your team, the managers, the people that run your business, and involve them. Discuss and record the results and prepare a written summary for you to use to set an action plan. And remember, be willing to change the way you do business. Otherwise, you will fail. Let's look at an exercise. Assume that a car dealer, a car manufacturer company, has recently launched its product. Perform a SWOT analysis for the same. So let me ask you, if you were a car company launching a new product, what questions would you ask yourself? What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? What are the opportunities? And what are the threats? Let me ask you, who can give me a strength that a new car, if you produce cars, what is a strength that you as a car maker would be looking for? Put your hand up. What is a strength that you would be looking for as a car manufacturer? Come on, put your hand up, everyone. What is a strength that you'd be looking for? Come on, guys. Yes, Ricardo, what's a strength you would be looking for?
Sir, automation or the technology?
So you'd be looking at producing a car with a high degree of technology and automation. Is that one strength?
Yes, sir.
All right, but hold on. Don't you think that another strength would be miles to the gallon, or how many miles the car can travel, or how fuel efficient the car is? Don't you think that would be a higher strength that you would be looking for?
Actually, sir, nowadays there are some quite like that or similar like that. So I am looking for a much more improved or developed.
You're looking for a much more improved version. But you see, people don't buy cars based on technology. They buy cars based on fuel efficiency. They buy cars based on power. They buy cars based on technology. They buy cars based on scale of economies of scale. So when you say technology, I would agree with you, Ricardo, that technology is one strength. But is it the most important strength? Do you understand where I'm coming from, Ricardo?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I understand.
All right. Can anybody else give me a strength for a new car? A strength. We talked about fuel efficiency. We've talked about reliability, cost of spare parts, technology, design. What else? I think I've taken everything. All right, Elmon, is there anything else? Go ahead, Elmon.
Let me see. An alternative towards fuel efficiency, because fuel can be an alternative, which is electricity using solar panel, but solar panel isn't viable towards charging. since it's very much the irony
So you're
is you could
talking
use
about alternative energy, alternative
alternative
fuel
energy
sources.
very much. Yeah,
All right, or cars that are hybrid, where they can run two forms of
correct.
fuel, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but you see, the problem with hybrid cars is in a country like China, you got power charging stations on every highway, and they're very cheap. But in countries like Singapore, power charging stations are few and far between, and they're very expensive. So you need to ask yourself, is that a strength you want in a certain market, or is it a strength you're only looking for in a particular market? Because if you're producing a hyper vehicle which offers alternatives to fuel systems, petrol and electricity, you have to make sure that when the car is sold in a Singapore market, that there is electrical charging stations. Otherwise, that defeats the purpose. Will people pay for a hyper tech car which allows you two forms of fuel when the second form of charging is expensive? No. So these are strengths that you would have to look at by different geographical markets. You understand what I'm saying, Elman?
Yes.
Very good,
very
Elman.
much.
All right. Okay. Who else? Yes, Lucy. Yes, Lushin, what would you like to add?
Hi, Mr. Wally.
Hi.
I just want to add up like two of your good points. Both of your ideas are on good points, but I just want to add up like the global supply chain. Of course, in car manufacturing, it is very important to know the components and the raw materials. It should be the business should be scalable globally. So I think the strengths in car manufacturing, if you can globally supply the global supply chain, that's the strength in business.
Lushin is on a very good point. The strength of any motor vehicle manufacturer is international exposure. Because if you make cars for one market only, you will die, right? Because
Yeah,
even
true.
if your population is 6 million and you capture 10% of the market, people don't buy cars every month. They buy a car every 4 or 5 years. You cannot rely on 6 million people. You go out of business after 2 years, you will not be able to pay for your factory infrastructure. So international exposure
definitely.
and market is correct. Very good, Lushin.
Yes.
That's what I call
That's
student of
brand
thinking.
loyalty. Yeah. That's the importance of
loyalty.
brand loyalty and reputation. Well established car manufacturing is one key in business.
All right, can you give me an example of a well-established car manufacturer that stands out in your mind?
There's a lot like Ford, Toyota, Kia, Hyundai, and now like
Yeah, go on.
yeah, like now also like Tesla is globally competitive. I think it's around the world already. Yeah, like
Tesla.
autonomous vehicle, EVs. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Tesla has become very expensive in certain parts of the world, but Tesla has become an alternative for high-end cars. But again, it comes back to what Elman just suggested. When you buy a Tesla, which has two forms of engines, it runs on electricity and it runs on petrol, and now they're talking a biofuel as well in the next version. Okay, you need to ask whether these are affordable or sustainable for the average consumer. And I think
Well,
that's
we
the
have
problem.
Hyundai now, like a global competitor, which is I'm so proud of like the Korean brand. It's Hyundai. It's one of the best AV vehicle that is running right now, especially with their very powerful battery engine. So yeah.
You took away my line. I was just about to talk about Hyundai, but thank you. But if you look at Tesla and compare it to Korean car manufacturers like Hyundai, Lushin just came up with a statement. Lushin, do you want to repeat that to everyone? What has Hyundai done? Explain to everyone.
It's actually Hyundai is already a leading brand in automobile business, but when it comes to affordability and user friendly, I can guarantee Hyundai is also like top of the line.
Well, okay, all right. We can agree on that to a certain extent in certain parts of the world, but I can tell you,
Yeah, especially
Hyundai,
with the battery engine. Yeah, it's
Yes,
very
that's right.
important because, like, of course, it has no fuel. It's run
Yeah.
automatically. You can charge it. But the thing is, it has the strength and also weaknesses because, like, everyone are not like open minded with like the electric thing because when you go travel, it's not very what do you call that one, like the charging facility. That would be the weakness and the threat, like the external factor. But the strength
That's right.
is like it's fuel free, and I think like if your vehicle like battery engine is fuel charged, it can run up to 500 kilometers.
Lucien, what you've said is fairly reasonable, but let me tell you, if I'm going to spend $200 million building a car factory, and I'm going to rely on a car that runs on battery charged power, I could not make that my single product because at the end I will go out of business. And the reason for that is what you said earlier, is international acceptance. I know for a fact in Saudi Arabia, there is probably 2 battery charging stations in the whole of Riyadh, because Saudi Arabia does not believe that battery operated cars are suitable, because Saudi Arabia is a big country with a desert. People drive long distances. If you said to me, buy a battery operated car in Australia, I'd laugh at you, because if I travel from Melbourne to Sydney, it's a 10-hour trip and there is no battery charges along the way. So you are correct with what you're saying, but again, just because it's a battery chargeable car is not a strength in every market. It would depend on the market you're going to, and it would also depend on the political, government, and environmental factors. Does government encourage battery charging facilities? Does government encourage environmentally friendly cars without pollution, without petrol? It all depends on the local market. But I do agree with you, Lucien, and I do agree that Hyundai has made a step forward. But maybe when we go to PESEL, I'll be introducing a case study about Hyundai and the pitfalls it's had with a battery-operated car, which I'll keep you in suspense for. But there is advantages and disadvantages. Strengths are strengths in certain markets, but they're weaknesses in other markets. You understand what I'm saying, Lucien?
Yeah, I understand.
Good.
So
And
there's
usually,
always a good point and bad points in every business,
absolutely.
but
And
I'm
usually,
saying about it's economically friendly. It
yes,
may or may not be sustainable in the long run, but we keep on
absolutely.
changing. But I
Yeah,
love the idea that we don't have to spend like in bucks or in dollars for the fuel. So yeah, it's a long process though. It's just
I
starting.
know. But the other thing you need to think of, Lucien, is a fast driver like me would never drive a battery-operated car. If you gave me a
Yeah.
battery-operated car, I feel like I'm driving a toy, and I think Elmon is the same. Are you right, Elmon? Because
That's
when I
true.
put
That's
my foot on the pump, on the fuel, I want to fly. I want to do 80 on the highway. But in Singapore, I'm not allowed to. I'll go to jail above 40, so I don't drive in Singapore. But understand, so different products have different markets. But Lucien, what you've said is really good. And when we talk about PESEL in 2 weeks' time, 2 weeks' time, I want you to bring Hyundai up again. Can you do that for me? All right, please? Okay?
all right.
Thanks. All
Okay.
right, great. You're welcome. All right, so let's talk about the threats to a car manufacturer. What are the threats to a car manufacturer? Who can give me one of the threats? Anybody give me a threat to a car manufacturer? The threat could be Hyundai coming out with a battery-operated car. That's one threat. What's another threat? Yes, Ricardo, go on. What's another threat, Ricardo?
Competition with the competitor offers a low price but similar technology and similar services and functions.
Absolutely. I can buy a car made in China from an unknown brand for half the price of a Tesla-made car. The only difference is Tesla has a brand. The China car is unknown, and I can buy it for half the price. Okay? You are right. Is there anything else? The threats of international competition at a lower cost. Does anybody have an idea how much it costs to set up a car factory? Does anyone know? Does anybody want to guess? You do? Yeah, Maria, how much do you think it costs to build a car factory? Do you know? Well, let me tell you guys, at the last estimate, I have a colleague of mine who works in the Middle East, and he is currently an advisor to a big company of consultants. And they have just finished a feasibility study to build a car factory in Dubai in the desert. And the minimum cost is $4.5 billion just to open a working assembly line. All right. And that includes engine assembly, body assembly. The tires come in from another factory, of course. And we're talking about an assembly line that could produce enough cars to make the company viable. They're not talking about luxury cars. They're talking about everyday cars that families could afford. So opening a car business is not a joke. Do you understand that, everyone? Yes or no? Okay, so let's go back. Now that we understand that, can anybody give me a weakness for a car manufacturer? One more, weakness, anyone? Come on, hurry up. Who can give me a weakness? Come on, guys, put your hands up. Stop being lazy. Pen Tushering, can you give me a weakness for a car maker? Pem? Are you there, Pem? Pem Tushering, are you there? I think Pam's gone to sleep on me. Anu, could you send him a message? Text message? Okay, all right, let's go to someone else. Vinod, can you give me
Yes,
a
sir.
weakness for a car maker? What is a weakness?
Okay, sir. For me, like in car manufacturing company, the weaknesses is that high manufacturing costs because inefficient production processes or outdated technology sometimes, and high labor costs, and then even the expensive raw materials can be one of the demanding weaknesses in the car manufacturing companies.
Very good, which is what I said, setup costs. You need to leverage your setup costs against potential income. All right, very good. Let's go back to my slides. All right, so let me share my slides. We said here, what are the strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities? Let's look at them. So for a car company, the strengths would be no competition in the EV segment, okay? All right, environmental friendly segment. Environmentally friendly cars are a strength. Economic to drive. Government subsidies apply to the car. That means low excise and low duties. That is a strength. Let's look at an opportunity. Huge untapped EV market, open market with lots of people, growing demand for green technology, environmentally friendly vehicles. If the fuel cost of petrol is going up, that's going to encourage more people to look at environmentally friendly cars, and growing road congestion in urban cities, which means people are looking for alternatives way to travel because buses and trains are no longer affordable or no longer economical because they can't get you to work on time. All right, high prices is a weakness. Low aesthetic appeal, design. The ability or the power in the car is not strong enough if they're battery operated cars, and they can't meet the power of a gasoline or petrol operated vehicle. Okay, now let's look at threats. What are some of the threats? Of course, government incentives to gasoline vehicles, competitors entering the market with the same car but at cheaper price like Chinese manufacturers, very strict, stringent requirements which your factory can't deliver, and availability of hybrid vehicles which you don't manufacture. For some countries, hybrid has become big. If you don't develop a hybrid vehicle in that country and your competitor goes in first, then you stand to lose market. Remember, strengths and weaknesses are internal, opportunities and threats are external. Weaknesses and threats are very negative, strengths and opportunities are positive. All right, so let's go on. Okay, let's look at McDonald's. Does everybody know McDonald's? Yes or no? Everybody know McDonald's? Okay, let's stop this. Let's talk about McDonald's. Can anybody give me a strength of McDonald's? One strength. Who can give me a strength? Put your hand up if you can give me a strength. Come on, hurry up. Come on, guys. Are you asleep today or what's happening to you all? Okay, where are you? Rochelle? Rochelle Nguyen. Can you give me a strength of McDonald's? Rochelle? Rochelle, are you there? Raquel, are you there? All right. What about you, Crisanta? Are you there, Crisanta? Hi, Crisanta. Can you unmute the microphone, Crisanta? Hi, Crisanta.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you give me a strength for McDonald's? Have you been to McDonald's recently?
Yeah, yeah.
Give me a strength. What is a strength for them?
Like the operations, 24/7. I think that
What-
is the
that- in some markets they operate 24/7. You think that's a strength, right?
yeah. For the
Good,
customers.
excellent. Good, excellent. All right. Who can give me a weakness for McDonald's? Who can give me a weakness? Put your hand up. Okay, let's try Angeline. What's a weakness for McDonald's, Angeline? You there, Angeline? Hi, Angeline. What's a weakness for McDonald's? Can you unmute your microphone, Angeline? Give me a weakness, Angeline. Go ahead.
Actually, the weakness of McDonald's is perception of unhealthy foods.
Well, you're very good. That is a very good one. Everybody give her a big hand. Come on, give her a big hand. Okay, you're very good, Angeline. And in the last 2 lectures I delivered at a university recently, none of the students picked that up. The biggest weakness for McDonald's is customer perception that McDonald's is junk food. Very good, Angeline. Very good. I'm proud of you, young lady. Okay, you're going to make a great marketing director one day. Okay, so perception, brand perception plays a big role. Can I ask you, how many of you eat McDonald's? Put your hands up if you eat McDonald's. Well, guys, it's 100% pure beef. They use some of the best beef in the world. So let me ask you, why do you call them fast food or junk food? It's not because they are junk food. It's because that's how consumers have labeled them as fast food. It's psychological perception. Customers think that anything fast is junk. It's not. It's 100% pure beef. Their beef is 99.9999% fat-free. The content of fat in their beef is less than 0.1%, so it cooks on a grill. Depending on the burger you buy and how big the meat is, the patty is. Okay? Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Very good, Angeline. Give Angeline a big hand, everyone. Come on, give her a big hand. Clap, everyone.
Thank you.
All right, now that Angeline has let all you guys down with the best idea of the day, is anybody else going to give me another weakness that McDonald's has? Anyone? Come on. Okay, here we go. Who have we got? Angelita, go ahead, Angelita. What have you got to tell me?
High employee turnover.
Yeah. What's the weakness for McDonald's?
Is it a high employee turnover, sir?
High employee turnover? Well, I don't know about that, Angelita, because in some part of the world, they have low turnover and they have a high retention rate. In some parts of the world where they pay crappy wages, yes, they have a high turnover. That would become a weakness, because the higher the turnover, that means they need to train more people and their standards would drop. I do agree with you, Angelita, but that would be subject to the country they're in, Angelita. Do you understand that?
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Good on you, Angelita. Okay, let's go on. Who else? Anyone else? None of the boys have any ideas about McDonald's, boys? I'm ashamed. Come on, hurry up. Say something, guys. Anyone? No one? Okay, let's hear from one of the girls. I think they're more... Oh, here we go. Okay, hold on. First, we'll talk to Jacqueline. Yes, Jacqueline? What have you got to say, Jacqueline? Go ahead, Jacqueline. Go ahead, Jacqueline. Are you there, Jacqueline?
Yes.
What's a weakness? You wanted to give me a weakness. You put your hand up. What's a weakness?
Okay, weakness because of this one. The tension now of this regarding Islamic things. So McDonald's now they are losing a lot,
Why? Why?
especially in Middle East area.
Is that because they're an American company supporting Israel? You're talking about
Yeah.
political influence? Thank you very much. Give her a big hand, everyone. Give her a big hand. She is thinking like an academic student. Very good. So political factors have caused a weakness for McDonald's. Political factors. Okay? And we'll look at that when we get to PESEL. All right? Because people have a negative perception against American companies because America supports Israel. Very good. Anybody else? Okay. Yes, Elmon. Go ahead, Elmon.
He
Yes,
said,
Elmon.
I think it would be one of the weirdly known cost cutting on quality in terms of food industry based on image of their food.
Well, let me tell you, they never cut costs. That's one thing that McDonald's don't do. So far as their French fries and their beef is concerned, they have no compromise on quality. Now, if you're saying that the standards they operate should be higher, then that means they may have to review their recipe. But as far as compromise on quality of product, they're one of the most stringent brands in the world compared to KFC and anywhere else. But if you're talking about being flexible and improving the quality, for example, to use Japanese beef instead of American beef and make it even better, that could be a weakness because they still rely on American beef or Australian beef. All right, is Japanese beef better? Well, of course it is, because cows are given beer to drink, cows are grown organically, the meat is a different taste. But is the quality of the beef they're serving compromised? No. So you are right to a certain extent, but what you could say is their weaknesses is they don't have a solid product improvement plan. That could be a weakness. All right, mate?
Yeah. Could I also
Thanks,
add one
Elman.
more?
Yes, go ahead, of course.
Maybe limited of supply or actually reliance on the local country for supply on their behalf.
Very good. That's a good one. Recently, during the COVID crisis in certain parts of the world, McDonald's ran out of French fries because all their French fries are only made and cut by a very limited number of factories in 4 parts of the world. So they could not move enough fries to all locations. And for the first time in their history, since Raymond Albert Kroc founded the McDonald's family, or McDonald's as we know it today, together with the McDonald's brothers, they were saying, sorry, we've run out of French fries. It was the biggest gap in McDonald's sales ever since McDonald's was conceived or born, because they fell short of potatoes. Because McDonald's was not prepared to buy local or compromise its quality, they could not get enough French fries into certain markets. That was a supply chain problem, which is technically a weakness. But what they did, Elmon, is now they've increased stock levels in different countries. So now instead of holding 2 months, they hold 12 months. They rent very big warehouses and they spend a lot of money on rent to store like probably 200,000 or 300,000 boxes of French fries for an average 12 months in a freezer where they're protected. All right. So that was a supply chain issue, which they had to fix, but that was a weakness. Good point, Elman. Much appreciated. All right. Anyone else? I'll talk to one more, then we have to go on. Yes, Nelson. Hold on, Ricardo. I'll come back to you.
Yes, sir. Good
Nelson.
evening, sir.
Yes,
Sir
go
Wally.
on. Yes.
I
Yes,
think
go ahead.
I guess one of the weakness of McDonald's company would have been the high risk factor for the franchisor, as they rely on the franchisee to make the business a success.
Well, it depends on which country they operate in. In certain markets, they operate franchise. In other markets, they're McCopco, McDonald's company-owned, proprietary stores. So if they're operating with individual franchisees like in Australia or in the US where they have about 12,000 individual franchises, yes, it is a problem. But when you're talking markets like Singapore, Thailand, other parts of the world, Japan and China, where they're all a major franchise, master franchise, where he controls the whole country and he has 50 or 60 stores, the risk is not so big. But yes, I do believe that franchise conditions could be a problem for them in certain markets. You are right. Thank you for that, Anthony. Okay, let's go on. Who else? Anybody else? Okay, one more. Okay, all right, sorry, Nelson. Yes, go on, Anthony. Go ahead, and go ahead, Ricardo, sorry. Go ahead, Ricardo.
Sir, I guess it's the slowly or limited menu innovation because since then, the menu is still the menu. Nothing new or nothing innovate, unlike other fast food restaurants.
Yeah, but Ricardo, it depends whether you consider Domino a successful brand. Domino will never be at the rate of success that McDonald's has peaked. You can't compare the two. Domino is like the baby of the pizza world. McDonald's is the king of the fast food world. Now, Domino has a problem. Domino actually has never tried to innovate. Domino only knows how to innovate in one way. The same pizza base, the same corn flour that they roll it on, which gives it the crispy bottom. And the only thing they alternate is the topping in certain markets. That is the Domino strategy. So Domino has never been one to introduce other product because they're focused on delivering pizza. All right. Now, if we look at Pizza Hut, on the other hand, who's probably 15 times the size of Domino's based on worldwide exposure and sales, Pizza Hut not only sell pizza, they sell pasta and other products. But the difference between Pizza Hut and Domino's is Pizza Hut developed the stuffed crust, Domino's followed. Pizza Hut developed barbecue sauce, Domino's followed. Domino's has never been an innovator. Domino's is a company who just likes to follow. Do you understand what I mean? And later on, when we talk about analysis, we're going to talk about cows, dogs, and cats and other things, okay? Cows and dogs. Let's not talk about cats, all right? But we're going to talk about the cash cows, etc., of the business world. And in that lesson, I'll tell you where Domino's falls, and you'll understand the trajectory. Okay, mate?
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. All right. In business, there's a different way to break up businesses. And in business, some businesses are cows. They're cash cows. Some businesses are dogs because they're not trying to be the cash cow. And we'll learn about those 2 out of the 4 variables in the next lesson about business analysis. Let me go on. All right, so what we've discovered so far, guys, is McDonald's. What are the strengths of McDonald's? It ranks very high on the Fortune magazine most admired list of companies. It's very much community oriented. It has global operations all over the world. It offers cultural diversity in the menu in different parts of the world. For example, in Malaysia, it offers chicken rice. The chicken they use is halal, slaughtered in Malaysia. In Indonesia, they offer chicken rice, one of their biggest sellers. They actually position themselves in excellent locations, visible in shopping malls, etc. They have a very much assembly line operations in their kitchen, and they use top quality products. These are the strengths of McDonald's based on international SWOT analysis. Let's look at their weaknesses. Their weaknesses are they're failing the pizza test market, thus limiting the ability to compete with pizza providers. McDonald's doesn't want to sell pizza. High training costs due to high turnover in some markets, yes. Minimal concentration on organic foods. Well, they do have a vegetarian burger in some parts of the world, but again, McDonald's was built by Raymond Albert Kroc and the McDonald's brothers on the simple belief of selling the best quality beef burger to the world. So McDonald's will never want to change that. Beef is their business. Quality concerns to franchised operations, yes. In countries where there is small franchisees, that is a quality. They focus too much on burgers, fried food, not on the healthier options for their customers. Well, guys, this is for them. For McDonald's, that's not a weakness. For us as a consumer, if we're becoming healthy, that may be a weakness. But for McDonald's, their empire is fast food, burgers and fries. So all that they want to do is they want to build on that rather than change direction and fail. But McDonald's does recognize these weaknesses and they're constantly examining them. Let's look at the opportunities. Opportunities, all right? Opportunities. Opening more joint ventures around the world, more franchisees, being more responsive to healthier options. And I think they're trying to do that now by coming up with a vegetarian burger and putting it on the world market, by providing free Wi-Fi in all their restaurants, which has become a worldwide exercise. They want to expand into new markets where they are not open at the moment, but however, politics stops them. Open products up to allergen-free options, such as peanut-free. Well, it depends on the market they're in and depends on the sources they use. That is already something they're exploring in certain markets. What are the threats? Well, the threats are that they have a competitor that comes in with a better marketing strategy, lawsuits about them offering unhealthy food and causing people to suffer from heart conditions, vast number of fast food restaurants that are opening, and that means customers are trying other fast foods, and that means some of their spending power is going elsewhere before they come back to McDonald's, and the downturn in the economy affecting how many times a month a family goes to McDonald's and how much they spend at McDonald's. Remember, guys, when you do a SWOT analysis, keep it short and simple, but remember to include important details such as everything that you find out. Don't keep secrets. When you finish your SWOT analysis, prioritize the results, and remember, focus on the top 5 in each category. Make sure you get multiple perspectives. Don't be stubborn and only believe what you think is right. Apply SWOT analysis to a specific issue and resolve it. Okay, so can I ask you all, does everybody understand what the first form of business analysis is? Put your hands up. The first and most simple form of business analysis is the SWOT analysis, okay? Now, after we've looked at all the different types of analysis, I will give you templates to use to do a SWOT analysis, a PESTLE analysis, and the other different types of analysis. But I don't want to give you those until I teach you all the forms of analysis so you know which one serves what purpose. Does everybody understand that? Yes or no? Yes or no? Come on. Okay, all right. Does anybody have any questions for me? Come on, guys, I'm bored. No one's talking to me today. Yes, go ahead. Hi, Marie Joy. Nice to see your hand go up, Marie. Hi, Marie. So talk to me, young lady. How are you today? Are you there, Marie Joy? Open your microphone. Oh, open your microphone. Hello. Anu, could you help Marie Joy to unblock her microphone, please? Are you there, Marie Joy? Hi. Hello. I can't hear you. Speak up. Are you there, Marie Joy? Would you like to talk to Wally? Talk to me. Hello. Say hello. I can't hear you. Something wrong with your microphone, young lady. I suggest you go to the shop and spend $5 and buy a working headset or wire. All right, young lady? Make sure you do it before next Saturday. Can anybody donate to Marie Joy for a headset? I would, if I was there, I'd buy you a headset, Marie Joy. Go and buy a $5 earplug. All right, young lady? make sure I talk to you next Biz Talk, all right, in 2 weeks. Done? Promise? Promise? Good. Excellent. Does anybody here make headsets? Does anybody work for an electronics company? Anybody? No? My God, okay. All right. Anybody else want to talk to Wally? Anu, do you have a headset factory, Anu? No? Okay. All right. Okay, what about you, Pam? Do you have a headset factory? Pam? Hello, Pam. Hi, Pam. Talk to me, Pam. How are you today, Pam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Pam, I must say you look very young in your yellow t-shirt. Why are you wearing yellow today? Are you going on a date after class?
Not exactly going for that, but I'm just waiting for the class to get over, and after my work is over now.
All right. Well, you want to get rid of me, Pam. You don't like me, right? You want the class to finish, do you? Have you learned anything today, Pam?
Not, yes, sir, because I feel this class is important to get some additional knowledge for me so that I can attend it. So apart from my busy schedule, I have taken my 2 hours exam and class to get myself updated with the knowledge, sir.
Did you learn anything today, Pam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely, I have learned a lot, but actually,
right.
this is not a very new topic for me since I have been learning this for many times. But still, then I can get something there very new that I have never learned through
Well,
it.
let me tell you, no two professors teach SWOT the same way. And I'm sure there's some ideas I gave you in SWOT that my professor never taught me 39 years ago. SWOT is an innovative way of strategic analysis. And you can never say you know enough about SWOT. Because I can tell you, Pam, if you do a SWOT analysis tomorrow and I give it to Almon, he will probably come up with 30 new ideas that you've missed. Do you understand what I'm saying? And by the time we do the next lesson in strategic analysis, which is not next week, the week after, you will find by the time I get to PESTLE and the other forms of analysis, that you will be so full of ideas that you will be saying to me, Mr. Wally, I'm going to try this on the business. Does that help you, Pam?
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Good on
sir.
you, mate. Look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you for allowing me to talk to you. Thank you, sir. Enjoy the lesson. Does anybody else want to talk to Wally? You're welcome. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for your feedback. All right, I've got another Almon here. Yeah, Almon, do you make headsets, Almon? Are you a headset manufacturer, Almon?
I wish. Unfortunately, I'm in the gaming industry, so it's a different ballgame.
Oh, hold on. Gaming industry should give away free headsets to their customers. Is that something that happens these days?
No, we usually get some keyboards and mouse, so that's a very
Oh, okay.
far-fetched.
Well, you know, I used to work for a big Chinese game manufacturer, and we never gave away mouse, keyboards, or anything. The only thing we used to give away is a screen protector, which is, you know, like plastic. And you know what? You know what? After I left the game manufacturer, guess what the game manufacturer now does? He produces his own headsets and sells them to gamers. All right. But I do know my daughter's a gamer. So I know I have to buy the latest keyboards and the latest headsets. All right. But tell me, Almon, have you learned anything today?
Yes, actually, I already know a few, which was already known SWOT, as I said already, and PESTEL analysis. It reminds me of Capstone when making Capstone for IT, Capstone specifically. There's chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, basically, when developing a software. And then it complies with another, which is a project software that conclude and match up with it. So something like this really helped me out. I enjoyed the topic since I already quite familiar from it.
Now, if I look at Capstone, I look at SWOT, PESTLE, and the other methods I'm going to teach you. Wait till you've heard PESTLE and put that into the Capstone mixture, and you'll understand how serious it is. Because Capstone is good, but it doesn't expose the gaming company to some PESTLE factors. And a lot of gaming companies go into developing games, but when they go to launch them in certain countries, as you know, they face problems getting them approved in certain governments. So when I'm going to teach you my add-on to Capstone, I hope that will help you. All right, mate?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.